Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Big Texan here. Just got back from Vegas, and I tell you, you'll probably see some video clips and some videos of my time there at the CACs. It was a great time. A lot of awards got handed out. Got to hang out with some legends. Of course, hang out with the rest of my promotion, SICW, Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling. My promoter won Promoter of the Year, Mr. Herb Simmons. But before I went to Vegas, because we went to Vegas on Sunday, so before we went to Vegas, the local flea market was open that weekend, and so I actually grabbed a bunch of stuff on Saturday. Wanted to film a video, but I was just running out of time, getting geared up for Vegas, packing, getting my stuff ready. So now that I'm back home, before I display anything in the cabinets, I always like to make a video of it. So in order to get these in the cabinets displayed, I have to bring it to you first. So got a nice big old bag of stuff. Got some bigger items too that I'll go over. So let's just dig in. So there's always a few places in this flea market. It's the Belleville Flea Market. A couple of vendors that I always hit because big wrestling fan, and they always had some good wrestlers. And then after I hit them, then I go back and I look through the other vendors, because you never know, you might find an LJN laying around or some other figures that you just have to have, or I have to have. But let's go over some of the figures I picked up. And even though it's a flea market, I still shop around, still try to get a great deal. So most of these figures I picked up for $1. Sometimes I think it was even cheaper than $1. But I picked up a Stone Cold. I think I had this one as a kid. He is a little loose on some of his joints, but for $1, I'll pick him up. Might try to clean him off. He's got a cool looking t-shirt going on. So we'll see what I'm going to do with this one. Picked up a Bendy, Scotty Steiner. This one was in rough condition. I think I only paid 50 cents for him. He has got butt warnage, and the front of his singlet is pretty worn. But it's always cool to pick up a cheap wrestling figure. Some of these figures, I turn around and flip them, try to help, support the other things that I'm actually going to buy and put in my collection. So you never know, you might see this one on the market there. Picked up a Charlotte Flair. I got her for $1. Pretty good figure. I don't really collect a lot of girls. I think I got a Lita and a Sable, people from my era. But there is a little girl that goes to our wrestling shows, and she's demanded me buy some, or not buy, but bring her some female wrestlers. So I was able to pick up a Charlotte Flair for her. And along with the Charlotte Flair, I was able to pick this one up for her too. It's not the AEW version of her. This is Sasha Banks from the WWE when she was back there. But another figure that I probably end up trading off or giving away. I needed some WCW figures for my WC part of the shelving, and picked up this Goldberg. Now this Goldberg, I think I paid $2 for. Not too bad. He's in pretty good condition. I still might clean him up, see if I can get that white shirt a little bit whiter. But really no scuff marks or anything. All the letters and the back of the shirt still looks pretty good. Along with him, I picked up this Scott Hall. Now he has a little bit of markings right there on the Hall part of his trunks, but very good Scott Hall. I'm sure I can get that off, that pink. I don't know if it's coming clear or not in there. But another cool figure. Let's see here. Picked up some little wrestlers. I think these were like 50 cents each. Not too sure if this is Randy Orton or not, because I don't remember Randy Orton having facial hair. So this might not be him, but little guy right there. Let's see if I can get him in the light. And we got a little John Cena. Not too bad. I'll probably sell those off. All right, so that was the last of the wrestling. Oh no, one more. So there's a little line called Maximum Sweats. Horrible figures in a way, because you fill them up with water, you pump a little butter on the back, and they sweat as you're playing with them. Not really, I guess it's really playable because you can hit the button any time and make them sweat. But not too often do you want to do that, because if you're a child and you're playing in the ring, you know, with the wrestlers, why would you get the ring and everything else all wet? But the actual figures don't look too bad. They're big and beefy, kind of bizarre, not like the actual wrestler would look. I mean, this is Triple H. I mean, he was never this crazy looking, but very displayable, very unique. I do got a few of them, so another one I added to the collection. And now it's time for the ones that, odds and ends, that we're just going to add to other collections in the bigger collection scheme of things. I picked up this cool looking shredder. I don't know what year this one was, or what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line this was from, but I kind of, I've unboxed that one shredder, and this one, I don't know, I just kind of felt like I wanted another shredder, and this one was kind of cool. Light blue in the attire, still has his claws there. Started a gargoyle line, and only got a couple figures, but I was able to pick him up. I think I paid $1 or $2 for him. Don't know his name, but I'm going to put him next to the other gargoyles to kind of fill that shelf out. Went back a few years. I used to watch this program, or this TV show, when I was a kid, and I loved it. And I think I still have one of them from my childhood, Mr. T. But picked up another figure from, now I'm losing my mind on what the TV show is called. Oh my God, don't you love it when you're trying to do stuff and then it just falls out of your head? Put it in the comments what this figure is from. It'll come to me eventually. A partial Terminator. I've picked him up. I think he was $1 as well. I think it was pretty cool. He's missing his front half, of course, but that shows off the metal part of him. Arnold Schwarzenegger. But don't have any Terminator figures, so first one in the line there. And I do collect the raisins, California raisins. I collect some of the Smurfs, just the unique ones. I don't have a whole bunch. But I did pick up this guy. Looks like he's holding a microphone. And I do have the one that's playing the guitar and a trumpet and trombone. So he'll fit nice in that shelf there with the rest of them. And then I picked up a bigger version of a California raisin. Kind of cool looking. He'll add nice to the shelf too. Funky looking hands on that thing, but I guess it's legit. But didn't pay much for it, so I was happy with it. There was one thing I picked up. I thought it was one thing. I was totally wrong. 18, man. That's the figure from 18. I'm sure you guys already put it down in the comments, but thank you if you did. So I picked up this thing thinking it must have come from the Karate Kid at some point. I know they didn't make a whole lot of figures when those movies are out. They did make a line, and now it's very hard to come by. But I thought maybe this was something that was just a couple years old, and that they made it. But I was wrong. It's actually from Fortnite. I actually had to Google search it to see what it was. Of course, it was after I bought it, and I think I bought it for $2. But I bought this guy right here, and to me, it looked like from the Karate Kid, the first movie, when they were in that scene at the dance, where the bad guys were dressed up as skeletons, and so I picked him up. But it turns out it's not from that. It's from Fortnite. So I'm not too sure what I'll do with it, because I know nothing about Fortnite. So I might flip them or I don't know, he's kind of cool looking too, so I just might keep him. The last thing I picked up from the flea market was something that's very cool. It's from a line that I don't have anything from. It's mainly figures in the line, figures and ghosts. It's the Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is the line. But what I picked up was actually this guy right here. Now, I don't know how this works. I get it. You gotta click this. Somewhere there's a battery in there. The battery, it might not be totally dead because it does flash here, but I can't seem to get that part open. So eventually I'm gonna work on that, see if I can get the part open. It does light up in here too, not all the way across, just one bar. So maybe that's telling me the battery's going dead. But either way, I picked this thing up for $5. It's a very thick plastic. I didn't look to see if there's a date on it. Oh, so this isn't too old at all. This is actually from 2020. So again, you know, for $5, it wasn't a bad pickup. I actually want to start the Ghostbusters line. You know, I just want to get a few of the characters and a few of the ghosts. Mainly the monsters, you know, the football player, the mailman, stuff like that. Of course, you got to get the, you know, 4 Ghostbusters. But $5, I didn't think it was a bad deal, so I did pick this up. But my biggest purchase, and I say that just because it was the biggest item that I picked up, was right around the cheapest purchase too, because I paid $1 for it. And it's really nostalgic for me, because everyone as a kid loved to go to McDonald's to get that Happy Meal, get that toy, that free toy in the Happy Meal. But not at the flea market. I went to one yard sale, really just one yard sale, and I found this, and it is from 1974, but it's the McDonald house. It's got a lot of the stickers still in there. Got the cash register. It doesn't have this, you know, the shake stickers, but it has the cold drinks and the hamburger stickers. Got the main stickers, the McDonald. It's got this piece here that connects onto the bigger one. So I do have the McDonald's sign. I do know it connects onto like this, but it does come with some, you know, if you originally bought it, it came with some cars. It came with a little merry-go-round. It came with some people. Came with some trays to sit next to the people, you know, that look like the food, because it had stickers of a hamburger and fries and shakes and stuff. So I will probably be on the lookout to try to complete this. I paid $1 for the whole thing, so I'm not really into it for any money, but it's a very cool display piece. I mean, how nostalgic is this? It's older than me, so I would love to get it complete, or get you know, what I can of it complete. Very cool. I like it. But yeah, this was my Saturday before the Vegas trip haul. So a lot of it came from the flea market. One item came from a yard sale. I love going to yard sales, love going to the flea market. You know, I think the flea market here in Belleville is every 3rd weekend of the month. So I, you know, line that up that I try to hit that first thing Saturday morning. But definitely a cool haul. Let me know what you think of the haul. If there's any lines that you are starting to collect that I picked up here. Again, thanks for tuning into the videos. I love making them. You know, so if you do me a favor, hit like and subscribe, and, you know, comment on them. I love to give feedback, and I, you know, try to have a conversation with you guys. Thanks for tuning in, though. You have a good one, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more videos to come. Have a good night.